Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. The topic of this video is the some book reading tips. So actually these tips I learned from somewhere else and these are so amazing, so I couldn't wait for just sharing with you these. The first tips that I found was that the minute I get bored with uh, a book or a subject, so giving up reading rather than giving up reading, just I switch to another book or another topic. So I could utilize my maximum time. So what was a trick here was whenever you get bored, just quitting reading, just switch to another topic or another book. And here is the second tips that says a good book gets better at the second reading, a great book at the third. Any book not worth reading isn't worth reading. So rather than just switching more books, just try to stick on some core books of the topic and read it twice and thrice, so you will get more benefit rather than just reading once. Okay, so here is a tip how we should pick books which we have to learn. Okay, the books which are from recent 100 year, I avoid reading to them because some of the core principles of the books which were early written is more worth reading rather than just in 100 years, because these are just I don't prefer reading these things on the certain topics like philosophy or life on these matters. Actually, in field of science or anything else, you can definitely read these modern day things, but whenever it comes to life or philosophy or anything else like that, so I prefer reading old books. Okay. uh, okay, and here is another tips, but this is not that much important in my opinion. It was a private library is not an ego boosting appearance but a research tool. So whenever we make our private library, it is more like just a research tool for us, that we keep adding things into that and we learn from them. Okay. And here is another tips that never read a book you would not reread. So if any book after reading you don't like to read it another time, it doesn't worth reading at all. And the books which are very endurable in reading, people don't like to read them actually, but these book really worth reading because they cover with the core topics. Like whenever I read mathematics, the book that I found difficult because they cover the basics of the topic, so I couldn't easily understand what it is all about rather than just memorizing the formula and just solving the problem. So it is necessary to stick to the core concepts of the topic whatever we read. Next, when any risk taker writes a book, please read it, because in this book he shares his experience, and experience is the only thing that is required to live a well life. Okay, according to me actually, because whenever we learn something, unless until we apply it in practical way, we don't learn that much just by reading. So whatever we read, or anybody who has just has a tough life, a practical life, so if he gives he talks about his experience, so it is always worth reading. Okay, here is a tips, that is not actually a tips, that is amazing thing. I found it very important. I don't remember what I learned in class, but I remember much what I read on my own. So I always talk about the reading habit, so that is the important habit. So please own this habit. Okay. Here is another thing that I would like to talk about myself, and the reader himself talks about this, that I don't read newspapers. I also don't read newspapers actually. I don't watch television. So I avoid watching television or any movie series, etc. etc. All I care about is reading books, and here I upload videos on YouTube about that book. So please, if you have time, so spend it wisely, because time is the only thing that we have at this stage of life, or according to me actually, the time is the only thing which we have. And books are not read by majority because they read the internet, which is like a junk food for the mind. This is the amazing thing that I found. And really, whenever like we eat something, so most of the time we eat junk food. So whenever people try to read, they just go on internet and try to read something whatever they learn there. So it is just like a junk food for the mind also. So whenever you want to read something, please buy a book or get a PDF. So read the book completely rather than just going on the Google and search for the topic or whatever this is that. And the last and the most important thing is, read a book like your friend. You accept is the way it is in your, don't judge it. So whenever we have friends, we don't judge them, they good bad whatever. If we are friends, we just share things, and we just live happily. And it is same for the books also. Whenever you try, you pick any book and just start reading it, don't judge it, just see it, what is it all about and how it could be benefit you. So these were the amazing tips which I found very important to share with you. So if you really enjoyed this video, please hit a like button, and thank you for watching this video, and comment down your own thoughts also. Thank you.